Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News, here with the Canadian referee extraordinaire, Yves Lavigne. Yves, you've been a large proponent of legalization of MMA for a long time, in every province. We've seen you since the UCC days, TKO days. You've been around for a while. What does it mean to you to be here and reffing on the first ever legalized MMA card in Ontario?
It's kind of cool to be part of the history, because we're starting that. I was part of the team who legalized that in Quebec, and yes, I did try to push it everywhere, and finally here in Ontario is going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. Now, you were on the first UFC card in Vancouver as well. You were in, I also believe, the Edmonton WEC as well. Are you going to be in Toronto for UFC 129?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of the refs.
One of the refs there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
They blessed me with that one too, so it's kind of cool.
It's got to be a lot of fun, especially seeing a sport so near and dear to your heart, just really mature in Canada.
We're not where we're supposed to yet, but we're getting there. We're just starting to touch mainstream now. We're not mainstream, but it's getting there. We're touching more in the general population, and people, at least they are aware that MMA exists, and they kind of trying to learn into MMA, and yeah, it is a blast.
It's a blast. Now, one thing, obviously, are we going to be under full unified MMA rules here in Ontario?
Yes.
Yep. So no one difference. Are there foot stomps? Are they in particular? Are they allowed?
Yes, they are.
So here we're going to be under unified, whereas in Quebec foot stomps are illegal.
Yeah, but. Yes, let's say that. But that's an old rules, but never was a rule, by the way, in Quebec. Okay. It's just something that one of the promoter did try to enforce after one of his, let's say, fighter got injured, and the commissioner at that time accepted, because you can remove something out of the rules, but you cannot put something that doesn't exist. So in the case of the foot stomp, for some strange reason now, the commissioner is not there, and they keep on reinforcing that rules that it's not even in the rules.
All right, so we're learning something new every day. Speaking of the rules, is there any rule out there that you would like to see changed? So maybe something like no elbows, something we've seen in Strikeforce in the States. Elbows?
No, the only one that I do not really agree is the ceiling to floor, because originally it was to protect the guy from the back of the head, but it is protected now. So we don't need that rule, but it's still there.
What about knees to a grounded opponent? It's a big one right now that everyone's talking about. What are your personal feelings on that?
With high-level fighter, you will not have that problem. But all the other show, like beginner, they're going to do that, and they're going to be on all four. They don't know really how to protect themselves. So maybe the top fighter will be able to play with that rules, but the beginner, I don't think so. So you're putting a lot of people in danger. So it's just a tough one. It's a tough one.
So, and I guess you'd want to keep it uniform from beginner all the way to pro. So if you need to protect the beginners, it's got to be in there for the pros as well. Exactly. One thing that we've seen and we've heard a lot about with Ontario being legalized is that the commission is only allowing certain referees to ref their fights. You being one of them, Big John McCarthy, Mario Yamasaki, Steve Mazzagatti. Now, something that's done in Quebec, and I know there's been a few refs that have actually come up under you that you've trained and you've helped mature. No, you haven't trained any refs in Quebec under you? No.
Nope.
How would you find, if you guys are the only refs that are allowed to ref MMA in Ontario, how do we bring new refs up through the ranks?
Technically, you have to teach them, or they have to shadow an experienced ref. However, I don't know how it works here in Ontario with that part, so I cannot comment on that one.
All right. Is that something that you'd like to see more of? Would you like to see more younger refs coming up? Maybe immature in the sport.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, you need that. You need somebody, take your place at one point in time. Every province needs to have their own ref, basically, but they have to learn somewhere. So maybe the best way is to start having a course, shadow some experienced ref, then after that you're on your own, or you move on with more experience with that. But for now, Yeah, I think it's shadow ref. It's the best thing to do.
Way to do it. Yeah. Now, someone like Big John McCarthy has his command certified judging schools, his command certified reffing schools. Is that something that anyone's ever brought up to you?
Yep.
You are the most experienced ref in Canada for MMA. Is that something that you'd be looking to do to maybe help mature the judges and the refs in Canada?
Definitely, yeah. This is something I'm going to look forward after I retired from reffing. But as we speak, there's enough. I think there's enough course.
Yeah.
Enough. Like I'm the one I did took. I think it took John's course.
Yeah.
So because you can learn a lot from a guy like him, and I think we should reinforce that here in Canada. I've been in contact with some of the Athletic Commission to put something together like a national course for all the Athletic Commission. So at least we have a standard all across Canada to have ref to come up. And I'm keep on working with that, so maybe one day you'll see it pop up.
All right, perfect. So that'll be a work in progress that we'll be seeing there.
It is.
All right, perfect. Well, Yves, once again, thank you so much for your time. It's been big win, Don Wilson, Canadian reffing legend, pretty much martial arts legend, Yves Lavigne. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, you're welcome.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks.